Quick daily sales tip. How can you get better at advancing deals from one stage to the next? Okay, so we're going to use a call plan as an example here. And if you don't have a chance to go through and look at the video, I'll describe what I'm putting up here on the whiteboard. But if you want to watch the video, make sure you go watch the video. So the first thing I want to know in a call plan is who is going to be in the room. Who's going to be in the room? The next thing I want to understand are my objectives. So what are my objectives? Our objectives, if we're looking at this from an organization perspective. I want to anticipate what are their objectives? What are the objectives of the person on the other end? Who's going to be in the room? What are my objectives? What are their objectives? The next thing I want to know are what are my desired next steps? If I understand each of these four things, the risk of the call failing starts to decrease. So who's going to be in the room? What are my objectives? What are their objectives? What are my desired next steps? When I put together the desired next steps, it's important for me to be able to be really clear about what I'm going to own and what they are going to own. The other thing I like to do here, just from an accountability perspective and keeping things moving along, is I like to work in odd numbers. I want to own one more than the person on the other side. This way, when I'm sharing information or responding to the pieces of information, I'm actually using those responses as a way to hold the person accountable for doing their work on the other side. Well, what does this look like? Maybe my recap email says, here's what we talked about. This is what got me excited. Here are the next steps. And the first next step is something I'm going to deliver maybe tomorrow or today. The second next step is something that we are going to be waiting for from them. And the third next step is something that I'll hold off and deliver at the end of the week. They may respond and deliver their next step immediately. They may not. Sometimes those calls, sometimes stalls happen as a result of a call. We don't get things moving forward. I'm going to deliver my first next step and remind them of their next step in my next communication. If they still don't deliver after another day, then when I deliver my last next step, I'm going to use that as another way to remind them. The thing that I'm avoiding is getting into a situation where I'm checking in or following up or seeing how things are moving along. So use your call plan to work towards specific next steps and use those next steps to help drive accountability. Thanks.